Hey, what's up, guys? Mike's here. Oh, guess we're gonna do another video. Well, guess what? Thomas Anderson's gonna do another chapter of the story that I have been reading. It's called Way of the Departed. He done it again. He just creating a lot of stuff, and there is going to be a lot of things that I'm gonna have to be reading off out of his Twitter. So I'm gonna have to check out. And those are those two. The last video, the Way of the Departed that you just saw at the very beginning, is that's the first two chapters. And I realized it. I didn't realize that one. But those two right there are your first two chapters. So I'm gonna have to read that chapter 3, the next chapter of that thing, that story. It's created by the creator of Ninjago, Next Knights, and Legacy, I guess. I don't like Legacy, but I don't care. I care about that show. Let's get started to chapter 3. Yeah, we'll see. It is night, and I am tired. Soon I will need to sleep. Surrendering myself to the dream again scares me. The bonfire in front of me crackles. It should warm me, but I feel cold like in a dream. For the hundredth time, I question why I went alone. Ninja never leave a ninja behind. Work as a team. Trust your friends. All those lessons Master Wu taught us. Why am I ignoring them? I guess there are some things that you just need to do on your own. Master Wu went alone to confront Chronix at the burned down monastery. Look what that got him. Rapidly aging and ultimately trapped in time. I feel like I failed him. Why am I here on a quest of my own when Lloyd swore me we will not rest until we found him again? We have done a lot of searching, but this is not like finding a lost pair of gloves. Master Wu was lost in time, so this is not just a question of where, but also when. It could be impossible. Maybe he's not even here yet, or has been and no longer is. We all know it. No one has said it out loud, though I've felt Jay bursting to do so several times. Restraint from Jay. Imagine that. I guess we are growing older. He is my search partner. Lloyd split us up in the beginning to widen the search. Two in each search party. Jay and I, Kai and Zane, Nia and Lloyd. Jay is good company if you can endure the constant stream of words coming at you. He keeps jabbering on about the secret identity of Samurai X, claiming that he's got it all figured out. He must have guessed that on everyone in Ninjago by now. Even someone called Eko-san, though they quickly disregarded that theory and then flat out denied having ever said it. One day, he almost assaulted the hapless mailman, who was just dropping on yet another flyer from Patty Keys. Admit it. Reveal your secret, he shouted at him. The poor guy started stuttering something about the obscure practices on how it is decided who gets their portrait on stamp and who doesn't. In a good/bad cop situation, Jay would definitely be the bad cop. Lloyd saved the mailman the day and apologized. We didn't see him for 6 weeks after that. First we hit the library at Dumu. Jay had these wild theories about time travel, and theorized that if Master Wu had fallen into the past, he wouldn't have left a message or a book for us to find there. 14 days of intense reading later, we abandoned the book idea. He could have left a message in any way, more likely a message on something more durable than paper. Carving on rocks? We then stated searching places that held special meaning to him. The monastery where he lived with his brother. The caves of despair where Moro had perished. Zane and Kai even hired Ron to take them to the first villages to Master's tomb. But leaving no rock unturned is a better saying than something lived out in real life. We just like, we shall not rest until. That's why we return to the temple once in a while. To rest. We were all restless. So rest turned to training instead. We found new techniques and opportunities within Spinjitzu. Ray and I couldn't be very helpful either. They had created the time blades, and we still had one of them. But just the one, and no plan. Also, Lloyd insisted that it was too dangerous to keep around, so kindly returned it to the boiling sea. It'll be safe there. Only a master of water and fire together can go there. After reuniting with Kai and Nia, Ray and Maya went on a tour of Ninjago. They probably still are catching up. Kai and Nia went on for so many years not knowing what happened to them. That must have been hard. And now they have to go through the whole thing again. But with Master Wu, I'm tired of losing people in my life. I hope Ray and Maya are having fun. And I hope that Kai and Nia are still... It is cold, and I'm freezing. I shouldn't be, because I'm not alive. I am an ice labyrinth. It feels like I wake with a jerk. Where am I? I stare into a bonfire. Oh, yes, of course. I must have nodded off for a second. Man, that dream is there immediately. It is like a predator stalking me and just waiting for me to let my guard down. I drink some tea and eat a bite of Mrs. Walker's crumb cake that I brought along with me. It doesn't taste very good tonight, though. I'm sure that it is more my state of mind than the cake's fault. But it tastes like ash. I still wash it down with the tea. Eating cake is like muscle memory to me. It's just something I do to occupy my hands and mouth sometimes. I love cake, but I think it would be healthy for me to cut back in several ways. I think about Master Yang told me. He has told me not to call him Master, but it still slips once in a while. Though he is bound to the temple, or he can still reach out into the outside world through former possessions of his. Like the painting on the wall in the museum. He was careful not to get my hopes up too much, but he suggested that I would start my search for answers at a village called Nam. I recognized the name, but I can't quite put my finger on it. We were together when he reached out. It took all of his concentration. It was extra hard because of It was extra hard because of the distance he told me afterwards. I swear I could almost see him sweating. A ghost sweating. That's a contradiction in itself. When I was a ghost, I never sweat. I wonder if sweat would have stung. Ghost logic. Who can really tell? When he finished, he was completely exhausted. He could hardly talk, but said that he had felt a presence in Nam who might be able to shed some light on my situation. I should be able to get there by tomorrow night if I walk all day. But before that, there is one big obstacle in my way, and it's time I close my eyes to face it. I take one last sip of tea. I throw another log on the fire and scowl myself for not bringing a blanket. I guess playing ahead is not my strong suit. Tonight will be a cold one. I close my eyes and try to think happy thoughts. I'm 5 years old. I see my father and my mother dancing in the moonlight on the terrace in front of our old house. I have been tucked in, but I've snuck out to watch them. I do that often. My dad is so elegant. When I grow up, I want to be a dancer just like him. Why would I want to be anything else in the world which is so perfect? It is cold, and I am freezing. Okay, guys, that was very exciting. When you see it kind of look back, it's like you're facing the front of a cold perspective, and now he's just like thinking about his mind, why he's such a being of ghost, why is being cold and freezing, and it keeps repeating itself. It's very cold, and I am freezing. It still keep going for those words. Cole has had a lot of things in the mind. By the way, that's his perspective, by the way. You have the whole story, you have the whole chapter for that one. And it's gonna build up at this point. So, if you want that creator Ninja to keep going, do it. Because he's gonna make more tweets, he's gonna make more chapters than that one. So, alright guys. I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye.